Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today I have with me Femina Miss India World 2020. She's all set to represent India at the Miss World 2021 pageant this year. Please join me in welcoming Mansa Varanasi. Hello, how are you doing?
Woohoo! Hi, Parul. I'm good. A
I
little
like the
bit
woohoo, excited.
super pumped
So
up. Only 3 days left, and the energy is high. The josh is high.
I can only imagine. So, Mansa, how has the journey from Miss India to Miss World been for you? And personally, what do these pageants sort of mean to you?
The journey has been indescribable. It's been a crazy, transformative year. Earlier this year, I was crowned in February, and my life has taken a complete 180-degree flip.
I would imagine.
Yes. It opened up a whole new world of new people, new opportunities, new experiences, and so many new learnings. It's been a huge, fulfilling experience. And to think that all of it has finally led up to the moment is super exciting.
Must be surreal, I can imagine. You're of course competing in a bunch of sub contests at the Miss World 2021 pageant. Which one are you looking forward to the most and why? Please enlighten us. Give us mere mortals a little dip into what it's like to be all glam and in the pageantry business.
Let's start with how excited I am about going to Puerto Rico. Its nickname, in fact, is the Enchanted Island, and I think that's a super fascinating term, really. And I can't wait to really meet all the sisters from over 100 countries across the world on this enchanted island. Of course, we're going for the competition, and like you said, there's going to be a lot of sub contests and events and contests. So two actually, I'm going to give you two here. One sub contest will have to be the top model round. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about showcasing my sense of style in the form of fashion. I think it's a very exciting thing. I've worked really hard on my ramp walk and I can't wait to really nail that. And then, of course, we have the Beauty with a Purpose round. My whole year as a Miss India is defined by the work that I've done with my Beauty with a Purpose. A lot of hard work and energy has been channeled into it. And I
Absolutely.
can't wait to showcase all the stories of the children that I've worked with and all the energy that I've put into it at Miss World.
Who would you say are some of the panelists that have been like really instrumental in your training and who you'd really just like to take this moment to thank?
Absolutely. It takes a whole team, right? It takes a village
Take a village,
to
yeah.
charge forward. And I would like to say the biggest thank you to all the panelists who've been a part of my journey. We have Sanjeev Datta sir, who is the personality development expert. And then, of course, we have Munaz ma'am, who's my voice trainer. She's really introduced me to the world of sound, and I see so much beauty in voice. And then, of course, we have Alicia ma'am, who is my ramp walk trainer. What started off as a very fearful thing for me. I couldn't walk in high heels to save my life, but she's really changed that. she's, I'm so grateful to her. And then we have Clint, who is my makeup teacher. And of course, Pooja from Chroma Key, who's helped me experiment with a lot of hairstyles. These guys, I owe my biggest thanks to
I would
them.
imagine. Good segue. Fashion and style are always like a huge part of pageantry, obviously, right? So can you give us a few details about your finale gown and your top model gown, since you're also very excited about the top model sub contest. So this will be fun to know.
Let me start by saying that I absolutely love both the outfits. My finale gown is designed by Falguni Shane Peacock. And I still remember the day I first tried it on. I was blown away. I was blown away by the kind of attention to detail and the kind of energy that went into creating that art piece. It's just so fascinating. And I felt like $1,000,000 wearing it. So thank you, Falguni Shane, for really creating and bringing your vision to life in love. And then, of course, for top model, I'm wearing this outfit by Abhishek Sharma. It's a stunning, modern-looking piece of outfit, and it's nothing like I've ever worn before. It's just very unique, and it has this very cool neckline and a very high waist. Okay, I'm not going to give away too much.
Absolutely. This has happened in the past when I've like interviewed the other pageant winners as well, and they like start getting into it and they're like telling me everything, and then they're like, wait, no, we can't tell you so much. We have to leave a little bit to shock and imagination. So I get it. Okay. So for as long as I can remember, pageantry and humanitarianism has kind of gone hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
You have such a huge platform and you can just really make a big impact. Can you tell me a little bit about the causes that you support and your advocacy?
Absolutely. Like you said, the best part about a platform like Miss India is that it really gives us young girls a chance to drive positive change. And my year as a Miss India is also defined by the work that I've done with my Beauty with a Purpose project. It's all about rescuing, identifying, and protecting children at risk. We all know that child abuse is very prevalent here in our country, and children are being forced into child marriage, child labor. The pandemic only made things worse as more children were abandoned and even orphaned. This is the reality out there, and somehow all their stories remain invisible. And that's why I really took it upon myself to take this up as my cause and do everything that I can to extend myself and help. And so my project is in fact called 1098. 1098 is the National Childcare Helpline. It is dedicated to the rescue of children. But for some reason, not many people know about it. Barely
Right.
anybody. And so I've focused on creating awareness for this helpline through all forms of social media, worked with the Hyderabad City Police to have my voice blasted at every traffic signal talking about this helpline, worked with the Child Welfare Department. A lot of work has gone into its awareness, and a lot of work has also gone into the behind the scenes, behind this helpline, empowering the rescue workers to have a dedicated vehicle that can help them reach any site on time. I have to tell you a little bit about this case that I worked with. Just imagine in this rural part of my state, on the very day of her public exams, this young girl was being forced to marry an adult. In a case like this, in a complex case like this, it becomes very important for us to reach the site on time. And that's why my work has also been focused on raising funds for a fleet of vehicles which can help the rescue workers reach on time in a safe and protected manner. Well, the thing about my project is that a lot of energy has gone into it. It's been the most fulfilling learning experience of my year, and I truly hope that this is only the beginning. There's so much more work that needs to be done, and
Absolutely.
wish I wish we continue building a healthier and safer ecosystem for children out there. Really,
I absolutely hope so too, because it is 100% the need of the hour, especially, with COVID and stuff in the last 2 years. With the lockdowns, obviously at-risk children were placed in close quarters with abusers for extended periods of time. So absolutely makes sense that you kind of picked it up at this time. You've also started a chat show called Women on a Mission, where you speak to previous title holders, and I know you've done some exciting things over there. So can you share a little bit about that project?
absolutely. Women on a Mission has been so much of fun, and as the name suggests, it's all about creating dialogue and communicating with inspiring women who've really made an impact and made a mark in the work that they've done. And so far, I've had the privilege to talk to Diana Hayden, our former Miss World, as well as Pooja Chopra. And what really stood out to me about both of these women is the fact that they've really carried forward the legacy of Beauty with a Purpose. They've really extended themselves into important causes. They've extended their voice to speak up for what matters. And I absolutely love that about them. It's so inspiring. It was inspiring to speak to them. And I really hope that the listeners and the viewers felt their energy.
How did this project sort of come to you? Like, what was the seed of inception?
Well, Women on a Mission, I think it was more of a fun idea that just sort of popped up. I've always loved connecting with people, learning about their stories. And here was a chance to really bring that idea into fruition. The idea of speaking to women, creating dialogue to not only learn from them, but also show the world what we can all learn from them.
And a little bit, can you shed some light on the lineup? Who all are we expecting? Because we had some hefty names being pageant holders or pageant title holders. So
I'm not giving away too much, so you just have to wait and
Fine, fine. I'll take it. What is something about India that you really, really hope you are able to communicate on the world stage of Miss World? Because I feel like there's a lot of dialogue around our country, and we're like the up and coming kya we are one of the superpowers in the world. So what is something that you really hope that you are able to sort of put across about our country and our people over there while you're representing us at Miss World?
I think one of the best parts about our country is the fact that India has always believed in nurturing a conscious planet, right? If we look back at our practices and our traditions and our customs, everything has always been in tune with Mother Nature, in tune with our planet. If we look at everything, right, from our practice to eat from a banana leaf, to bucket water baths, to the
Right.
natural dyes we use in our fashion, handlooms, etc. We've always believed that the world is one family, and we believe in living in harmony with nature and the planet that we live in. And I think it's that emotion that I really carry with me to Miss World about India.
That's actually a pageant winning answer. Say it when you go there if they ask. It's a great one. Okay, and lastly, what will winning the Miss World title mean to you? And what is going to be the first thing that you're going to do if you get the crown?
Winning the title, of course, means a year full of learning, experiences, growth, and also the chance to really just give, right? Miss India has shown me how much we can achieve on a platform that in fact gives us this voice and this presence to create change, and to take that 10 times further, to elevate that to another dimension altogether would be phenomenal. And coming to what will I do if I win, I believe that was the second part. Oh, firstly, a victory dance, a mini victory dance for sure. Post which, of course, a world of opportunities would open up, and there's just so much work that I wish to. I really want to use my voice to speak up for what's right. I want to extend my presence to as many projects and as much work as I can. And I'm only going to live in the moment and take everything one day at a time for now.
I really, really hope that we get to see your victory dance on that stage, because that's going to be a sight for sore eyes. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll take this moment to wish you the best of luck from me and millions of Indians. I hope you make us proud, and I hope you have a great time while you're there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.